Hey folks, it's Mike with Sailfish Solar. So you might have heard that the solar tax credits look like they're under fire. Could very well be the end of them as quick as the end of this year. If that is the case, needless to say, if the tax credit is something that motivates you in terms of purchasing solar, then I would probably get your order in pretty quick. We typically stop taking orders right at the end of the third quarter of the year, to where we just, you can only build so much solar in a year, and so we'll kind of be maxed out. As of the bill as we speak right now, I'm filming this at 6 o'clock on the 13th of May. That legislation went into the House Ways and Means Committee with the solar tax credit being sunset in 2028. As of today, they're now trying to accelerate that through the end of 2025. So basically, you got about 7 more months if you're planning on doing solar. My hunch is they're probably going to roll that back to 2028 where they originally started. But who knows with this big beautiful bill, as they call it, it's all up for grabs. And there's so much to be said. So as you know, I'm a believer that solar doesn't even need tax incentives to survive, but neither do all the other industries as well. The intangible drilling costs, for example, for natural gas and oil. I mean, that tax subsidy costs the taxpayers billions and billions of dollars, in revenue that otherwise, would be generated from taxing those types of investments. Same with nuclear, which is essentially propped up by the federal government, and where banks can't even lend to it, so they have this mechanism called advanced cost recovery. So hey, if we're going to get rid of one subsidy, let's get rid of them all. That's my proposition. Why don't we see if an elected official has the courage to take that one forth? Here's a preview. They don't. No one has the courage to put that forth. But that would be fantastic. If you can get rid of one subsidy, get rid of them all. You know what I mean? But my hunch is this will go back. At the end of the day, the solar industry is incredibly weak. We just do not have the lobbying dollars that the oil and gas industry and the nuclear industry and the utility industry does. So of course their subsidies will stay in place. And the government, as we speak, is very much in the business of picking winners and losers. That's exactly what they're doing. Your elected officials, whether they are, Republicans, which are, in a dominant position in both the House and the Senate, it is your elected official who's voting on this bill, this week. So if you are a Republican or you did vote for that, elected official, I would make sure you're holding them, accountable, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are gutting this. The Democrats, at the end of the day, don't really have a lot of power in Washington, D.C. right now. And logically speaking, they'll probably be voting, pro-solar, to begin with. So I would definitely hold your elected officials accountable. It's not over yet, so any voices do matter. But right now, if things were to go past as it's written at this very moment, this could be the end of the tax credit in 2025. So, get in solar while you can. But hopefully it goes back to at least give us that 2028, a little bit of a ramp, a little bit of a runway down, to where we can ease out of that tax credit, so we don't just have a massive flood here between the end of the year and then all of a sudden a massive drop off in the beginning of 2026. Again, the government is in the business of picking winners and losers if they kind of let that type of roller coaster take place. So hopefully this big beautiful bill, as they call it, has some sort of sensibility built into it. But at this very moment, it's a pretty good chance that these tax credits are going away. So stay tuned to this channel. We'll certainly give you an update as soon as we hear something. But by all means, talk to your elected official and make sure that they hear your voice to know that you either support getting rid of all of the tax credits for all of fuel sources, or at least some sort of sensible, runway for solar to at least, have a somewhat logical path to follow. Okay, that's it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll keep you posted.